Welcome back, everybody. Do you watch Archer? Because if not, you're missing something.
Hey, will I get to learn karate?
Karate? The Dane Cook of martial arts? No.
It's a cartoon show about a secret agency, and that secret agency's name is ISIS. Now, if you've been following the news, ISIS is also the Islamic State. The other IS, I think, stands for is scary. There's a terrible terrorist organization advancing on Baghdad that shares the same name as the secret agency in this really funny show. So how do you handle that if you're the makers of that show? Well, according to Adam Reed, the creator, they were watching this whole thing unfold and they said, back in season 5, FX said this might be a thing. And I thought, maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be the mole that I'm going to ignore and nothing will happen. We got sort of lucky and organically made a merger with the CIA in the show. So what they're doing is they went back after they made some of the episodes and retroactively painted out ISIS logos in the parts of the show. So they're not going to mention anything about it. They just went back and they inserted in the opening scene of the 6th season someone rolling up an ISIS logo and carrying it off in the background. So was this a good way to handle it? Is it a bad way to handle it? Your thoughts, 5 words or less.
Not the first change, Cheryl Carroll.
Let's avoid the danger zone.
Danger zone.
Archer hits a bullseye.
I'm praising this new phrasing. What would you do if you were in their position?
Same thing. They handled it really well. How else are you supposed to handle it?
What do you think?
Well, you and I are, like, we've been watching Archer all the way through. I think we've both dressed as characters for Halloween before. Like,
well, who would you dress as?
Lana.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, ISIS, it's fine because I know they have a lot of merch that says ISIS on it now. Like, I have an ISIS hat. I can't wear that shit anymore.
Yeah.
But it's not integral to the show for, you know, to have the organization called this. My sister's best friend is named Isis. She's stuck. My sister's birthday
That is a goddess name.
is September 11th.
Now it's the
She's
terrorist.
stuck with that shit. But this is something that they can definitely change and not lose the spirit of the show. So yeah, do it.
On the upside, at least this isn't a terrorist organization named like Bob. Where like everyone who's named Bob.
Burgers would be done, yeah.
H. John Benjamin
What about
is
Bob
screwed.
would be over. There was a show in like the 70s, and the woman, I forget who it was like, by the power of ISIS.
By the ISIS.
It was around the Wonder Woman era. I forget what it was,
There's
but
a character in Black Adam's wife is named Isis in comics. I'm sure everyone knew that.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. But it's true. I like the idea of them just kind of sitting there going like, all right, there have been 2 beheadings. Is that too much? 3? Do we draw the line at 3 beheadings? Like, that's a real conversation that they have. So do you think they changed it? They're avoiding the issue, is what it sounds like.
yeah.
Very, very quietly avoiding the issue. Do you think it would have been better for them, as someone who deals with a lot of their humor is based in international relations and spy agencies and counterterrorism, would it have been better if they had actually addressed it?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
No. I mean, it's not. They don't even exist in their universe. They have this quasi-60s world, and then they'd have to make the whole show about freaking ISIS, you know, the terrorist organization, and it destroys the spirit of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're all agreed on this. I don't know. I think this is a show that's really good at satire, and at least they could have had some line in there talking about it. Not Adam Reed, Thompson, who is the other executive producer on the show, said, we just won't say ISIS anymore. It's just the most awful thing.
Yeah, it's hard to make jokes about it. I mean, how could you do that in a way that doesn't like desensitize the actual thing that's happening, like the killings and the women being sold into sex slavery and all that? It's hard to make jokes about
I feel like
that.
Family Guy, though, I mean, even though it's not super current, has made some pretty, like, I don't know, kind of irreverent comments about probably, I guess, worse, you know, tragedies or whatever. So in 50 years, they could do it if the show's still on. I think they can do some ISIS.
I mean, you can do it, but you really need to villainize ISIS
Yeah.
in like a proper way.
I think if any show can do it, it's got to be a cartoon. I don't know why. There's
People
no.
give those passes. They give like women-hating, racism. They just give it a pass because it's like, you know, Seth MacFarlane's like, you know. I do it in a YouTube video, and I'm an awful person.
Yep.
What do you guys think about Archer changing the name of their secret agency away from ISIS? What do you think the new name should be? Give us your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Check us out on Tumblr and Instagram at The Real Pop Trigger. And we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.